Today for our daily sketch, I am going to be drawing my favorite donut. I already took a bite out of it to make it more interesting. I am going to be drawing from observation. So the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to create the circle, which is the basic shape of the donut. And to do it, I just go like this several times softly from my shoulder. I am moving my whole arm and I am air drawing, just making contact with the paper. And then eventually I do touch down. So that's what I have done so far. At the beginning, you're gonna draw absolutely softly, very softly. And then what I do after that is that I go a little bit far on the pencil, not right up to the tip. And I do work with gravity. I am going to use the natural motion of my arm and I am going to do the curve. Because of what I'm doing, I cannot really flip my sketchbook, but normally I would I would turn my sketchbook and I would be on the inside of this circle doing this and just dragging that way to create my circle. It is super soft and I know it's very hard to see, but this is how it needs to be at the beginning of the drawing. The second thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to start looking at the pink section of my donut, which is the icing. And I'm trying to determine about how much of this icing do I really see. And it's about this much. The challenge when you are drawing from observation is that you have to interpret what you see and then you have to figure out how you're gonna draw it. You're gonna leave out some things, you're going to alter some things, and you have to look and break down the object in your mind to see the basic shapes on your object. And that is a challenge in itself. And that's kind of like what makes it fun. So my donut is not a perfect circle. And I am starting to see the curviness of the edges of it. And I am trying to be true to the shape of the actual donut. And then I can actually see the bite right here. I did take a bite out of it to make it more interesting, but also to taste it because a donut is delicious. And I'm going to start looking for this part of my donut, which is the donut center. So I think I'm gonna go like this and do what I think the center would be, and then I am going to tweak it by looking and being true to what the center really is, which is not a perfect circle. Something more like that. And I do not see the other side, but the icing only goes up to here, and then here we're going to be doing some shading in a little bit. There's a distance between the center of my donut and where I took a bite, and it's right up to here. And then it goes in, out. Wow, it takes a lot of concentration. But you know what's really cool about drawing from observation? I'm gonna tell you. Everything that you need is right there. You don't like to invent anything. It's right there. Just open your eyes and look, and you will see it. You just have to look. Don't forget to look. Then on this side of my donut, I see all of this is missing. And I see. I'm just gonna do little marks with my pencil. Very low pressure. It's right here. I think I see it right here. And I'm just kind of like eyeballing it right now. And eventually what's gonna happen is that I'm going to see, I'm gonna see what I see. And I'm just still comparing where do things begin and where do things end. Where does it start? Where does it end? How does it curve? And just like I was saying to some of my students, just stare it down. Look at your paper, look at the object, look at the paper, look at the object, and it will be revealed. Just look at the paper, look at the object, and you will see what you need to see. You will see it. All of this is full of sprinkles and stuff right here. And in just a minute, I'm gonna put those in. This is my donut. And the icing comes out. And then my donut rounds off. And then my donut rounds off to here. Clean as you go. I believe for this donut I might have to do some shading so it's easier to see the icing. The object of these is to draw the donut only, not to draw the plate and all that other stuff. I'm just practicing my visual perception, and that is what you should be doing too. Just practicing what you see. What do you see? I think I'm going to start very softly shading my donut. To see the difference of the shading, you need to squint your eyes just a little bit. Like squint your eyes and you will see some of the shading. On this particular drawing, I see cast shadows right here. Wow, just a little bit of cast shadows. Shadows tend to be a little bit transparent. They are not completely solid. Well, I'm just gonna bring it in slow. This needs to feel like you're doodling. We're just doodling, doodling, doodling. And it's easy when you're doing shading, it's easy to lose your definition. So some areas of the shadow will be like a little lighter, and then some areas will be a little darker, and you're gonna see some gradation within the shade with the shadow. So you just gotta really keep looking and see what is it that this shadow is doing. I am shading the donut. When I squint my eyes, the donut is a little bit lighter. As you can see, I am shading from way back on the pencil to keep it very light. The closer you're to the tip, the darker it's gonna be, okay? So to keep it soft, go like that, and keep looking at what you're looking. And then down here. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of the definition inside here. I can see that all of this is dark. Can see this starts to get darker. And then we get like a bunch of sprinkles and things. And we have sprinkles everywhere. And we get sprinkles everywhere. that's what's happening down here, that you see there is sprinkles everywhere. It's really tricky because you have to draw what you see, not what you think you see, and that is hard. Drawing what you see, not what you think that you see, and sprinkle business is kind of hard. And if you touch where you were shading and then you just touch the paper, you're gonna get smudge. So that's always tricky. Something that helps sometimes is to have a piece of paper and then you just put the paper in between you and your drawing. And that does help you. That's one strategy that has always been a good strategy. If you want things to pop up a little bit more, then you need to darken it just a bit more. And then blend away, depending on what you see. But to make these objects rounder, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to go along the edge, not super heavy, and then blend it away, blend it away, blend it away. It is a hard strategy, but it is a strategy that works. Then right here, same thing. I'm gonna redefine the edge of my object a bit more, you see? And then here, redefine this edge. Oh my goodness. Over here, this is not perfect. This has some like bumpiness, bite marks. And then you can see icing right here and all kinds of stuff here. More of these sprinkles. Wow, lots and lots of sprinkles. Lots of sprinkles. Sprinkles on top of sprinkles. And more sprinkles. And more sprinkles. Sprinkles. There's a lot on this one. Some are short, some are long, some are facing one direction, some are facing the other. And there's a little bit less here. There's one here. You see some of those. Just a little bit. Now that I know for sure this is where the edge is, and I can come back. And clean. Okay, when things are tucked in or tucked under, then they get to be a lot darker, and that's what's happening right here. Then over here, you still see the shadow, but it kind of fades away softer every time, softer. And as it gets closer to the object, which is the donut, it gets darker. And we can redefine the donut just a little bit. And then on the inside of this part right here, we see the edge of the donut. It's weird, I cannot see. Icing and sprinkles. Imperfect. Imperfect. All right, and then here we have little sections, and these are all little sections of the donut. Don't forget to look. Keep looking. So when you are sketching, just sketch the stuff that's around you, stuff in your real life, stuff that it's in front of you, okay? Just sketch what's there. I'm sketching my donut because that's what I am having for breakfast, a donut, along with some other stuff, but the donut is the fun part. So I'm sketching my donut. And then I'm squinting my eyes so I can see the folds and things on my donut. Look at this. I just realized that I have a bit more right here that I want to show as part of my donut. Look at that, all these folds. These are the folds of the donut. I am not making it up, it's right there. This is what I see. Very interesting. And then here, building it up, building it up, building it up, building it up. And looking at what I see. More sprinkles and things. I just keep seeing more and more sprinkles. All right, so that is my breakfast donut. And I'm gonna do super light shading on the very top because this is how I see it. Super light. Again, using the strategy where I'm holding my pencil using the side of the tip, the side of the tip. Go very slowly because you cannot really erase this. If you mess this up, it's really hard to erase. Okay, so you don't wanna. The thing about shading, you just gotta go in soft layers, little by little, and then redefine or remark some of those edges, okay? And now that I'm finished with these, what I'm gonna do last is that I'm going to clean some of the smudging, some of the smudge marks that I have created.